Hello everyone, this is Brother Birch. In this video I will be introducing your Week 10 Prove assignment. Okay, so for this you will be working with your individual project. Alright, this is the first week that you'll be doing that. I'm pretty sure for Week 9, yeah, for your Week 9 you had a different node project and then you had to write up a design document proposal for your node project that you'll be working on the rest of the semester. Okay, so one quick thing here, notice that the data layer says you can have a DB, but you don't have to. Okay, you do have to have a data layer. You can't just like hard code stuff in there. You'll have to have web services and things like that. But you can use your same DB that you have for your PHP project. You can use a different DB or you can use some third-party API. Okay, whatever works. Now, with that said, let's look at this here. So it says you work on your individual project, complete one piece of it from end to end. In other words, start from the user interface. The user does something that causes a request to be made to the server, which queries your data layer and returns information back to a response, which is displayed in the browser of your project. Okay, so back in week 8, I think it was, when you made your first project, you had to it counseled you to or instructed you to clone this repository, this Node.js getting started. It works well with deploying to Heroku and so forth. So I'm going to go ahead and, well, I guess they have the link right here. So I'm going to say git clone. I guess first things first, I'm going to make a new folder. So I have my CS313 repositories. Here's my PHP project. I made a new one called CS313 Node, and this will be where I make my project for this chunk of the semester. So I'm going to open up a new window in my text editor. I'm going to say open folder, and I'm going to go to my folder that I want to open it in. And then in here, I'm going to paste that git clone command. Okay, so it'll install this Node.js getting started thing. All right, and then if I just follow those instructions, I've seen that it doesn't really work super well. So I'm going to follow a little bit, and then I want you guys to follow me a little bit if you're going to deploy to Heroku. All right, so I'm going to paste that. I'm inside of Node.js getting started. And then in here, instead of running npm install and start and things like that, first I'm going to say git init. All right, it says reinitialized existing Git repository. All right, and then now if I say like git remote, you'll notice that I have that origin there, but I'm going to go ahead and say git, or sorry, not git. I'll say Heroku create. All right, which will make me a new Heroku project. There's my link, and now if I type in git remote, you can see it added that immediately. So as long as I have a Git repository here, it'll add that link to my remotes, and now I can say git push Heroku master. Give that a sec. All right, so just finished. So if I wanted to, I could say Heroku open, and it would go to my my new project. Okay, so you can see this is what's running. This is at Heroku. Okay, because I just pushed it up there. But if I'm going to want to run this locally. All right, and so I'm going to say npm install. Okay, so notice inside of here, this will install all of my dependencies. So if I look at my package.json, there's a bunch of dependencies in here, and it will install those into this node modules folder that was just created. Okay, so that's finished, and I'm going to say npm start. Okay, it just installed everything that I'll need to run this locally. Now it says listening on port 5000. So I'm going to say localhost on port 5000, and bam, looks exactly the same as it does on Heroku. All right, but now the really cool thing is it's running locally. Okay, so I can make changes in here if I made changes to index.js, or I have this view called pages that is rendering these EJS files. If I wanted to make a change to any one of these, I could, and then I could immediately see those changes in the browser without having to push up to Heroku every time. Okay, so now that I have this project running, this will just be my project for the rest of the semester. Now I can start working through this stuff. Okay, now I have the team activity pulled up here because these videos will basically do all of that for you. All right, so if you go through these videos or through the instructor solution, those will help. And then I'll also have a video that'll come out in the near future that'll have all of this information there as well in a concise format. But yeah, review this, make sure that you can do this team activity on your own so that when you get to this, it'll be a piece of cake. You'll know exactly what you need to do to be able to call get restaurants and get information from restaurants table. You don't have to do this, okay? You'll be doing your own project, but to be able to handle Ajax requests and things like that because you will have already done it in your team activity. So really what I wanted to just help you with was getting your Node project up and running locally and on Heroku if you wanted. Um, so yeah, hopefully this video is helpful in helping get you started for your week 10 personal assignment, and I'll talk to you guys soon.